off season, also called smokescreen season. Our late great friend Therese Paler always talked about how off season is a season built up of lies. Never believe what you hear. There have been multiple reports this week, conflicting reports this week. But there are multiple reports of us being interested in a number one receiver. Allen Robinson, who the Rams are allowing him to seek a trade, and they will pay some of his contract off. That's how much they want to. The two sides want to end that relationship they had, short-lived relationship. DeAndre Hopkins, who we've talked about on this show, we're still a name to watch in that whole situation. And he said today he's not seeking a new contract. He said he'll play out the 2 years, on average $17 million a year for the next 2 years. And then Allen Lazard, who is a free agent, another Packer who MVS is trying to recruit. I feel like MVS is trying to recruit all the Packers guys to prove to Rodgers that you can actually win with those weapons. Because I know Rodgers was saying for a while he couldn't win with the weapons he had. But, however, a report did come out yesterday from NFL Network's James Palmer that said, quote, the thought in Kansas City right now is Patrick Mahomes is expected to be throwing to the same core group of guys that he ended the season with. Travis Kelce, Kadarius Toney, who the Chiefs believe will be their number one receiver in 2023. MVS, and the plan is to bring Juju back and obviously Sky Moore. So, JD, what do you think about these conflicting reports about us looking into wide receivers around the league? Or the notion that we'll keep the same group of guys that we have in right now, including the fact that Kadarius Toney is seen as a number one receiver.
Wow, there's a lot there.
Yep.
So the three guys, okay, and we know how these rumors, right? Smoke screens, and we don't know who's putting the rumors out. Hey, leak this, say that, and you saying Allen Robinson, D-Hop, Allen Lazard, okay. If we're sitting there saying, and you better get that guaranteed that D-Hop is sitting there saying, I'll play the 2 years on the 17, to me, it makes sense to go get D-Hop, right? To me, without a doubt, what I'm telling you, a guy with a catch radius that is out of this world, okay, can do every little route that's ran, unorthodox and catching the football and doing those things. D-Hop is a number one receiver. He's a number one receiver. And all those guys that we named, D-Hop is the number one receiver out of those three. Allen Robinson has kind of been rocky. He's been up and down a little bit. He's a question. He's the number one. Yeah, in Chicago, he did a great job. I think he was in Jacksonville too, right?
Yeah, Jacksonville's where he was drafted, yep.
Yeah, so, I know somebody who's that name jumps off the page to me. That's D-Hop. Is that true? Everybody else you name? Juju had a great year. He had a great year with us, and it makes sense for him to come back. It makes sense to want to come play here. Why not? I think he found a home. It's a great fit for him. If you're able to sign Juju for an amount of money, cool. I don't care if D-Hop don't catch 100 and something balls a year, okay? The balls he's going to catch is going to be significant balls. He's going to get in the end zone. He's going to make people miss. He's going to do some things out there that's going to be like, wow. That's D-Hop. This is the guy that we want. If we can get D-Hop for 2 years, come on, man. For $17 million, man, jump all over it. Better be all over it. So this is me. If I'm the GM, this is Jason Dunn's team. This is Jason Dunn's pick. Everybody don't have to look. You don't have to agree with me all you want to. People can say he's wise. People want to, use that. Oh, he's wise. Man, D-Hop is a significantly better player than a lot of guys in the league, period. And the thing is, he's had certain guys throw to him that have been great. They ain't been Patrick Mahomes. He had great quarterbacks. You get a great quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, get the ball to you, D-Hop is going to, he is going to be exceptional here. Takes the pressure off Patrick Mahomes, takes the pressure off Travis Kelce. Kadarius Toney can be that guy that could be the second receiver, have it like fitting in. But with D-Hop, Kadarius Toney, MVS, Sky Moore, come on, man. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that right there. How you cover that? What are you going to do? That's why I look at it. How you going to stop that offense? Travis Kelce? How you going to stop that? Isaiah Pacheco? Jared McKinnon? Woo! Hey, man, sign me up. I want to see that. Sign me up to come to the games. I'll be there.
So there's a certain radio personality in Kansas City who's been going on the airwaves saying that DeAndre Hopkins is pretty much somewhat washed He's not a top 10 receiver anymore. And Carrington Harrison from The Drive was saying that he doesn't see DeAndre Hopkins as a top 10 receiver. And I think that's just malarkey.
Carrington said that?
Yeah.
Was he being serious? He's that's sarcasm.
Oh, no. His whole shtick has been anti DeAndre Hopkins to Kansas City. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's bought into this whole, well, we won this year without having a number one receiver. We spread the ball around. And we won it this year. But my retort to that, and I want to ask you this, I don't want to be in a situation again where we have to be in the AFC Championship game and we have to rely on guys like Marcus Kemp. It's amazing that it happened, and it's amazing that he stepped up in one of the biggest spots, and he'll probably remember this for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be the norm. We kind of want to make life easier for our $500 million quarterback, not make it harder for him to throw one-legged passes, on the one ankle, the guys just throw to Marcus Kemp. I mean, it's already hard enough playing on one ankle. You got to throw to a practice squad receiver in the biggest moment of the year.
Come on, man. Yeah, like what, man, I know the level of difficulty. Maybe that's what it is. They just want to see Patrick do even more outstanding things. Maybe it's just what it is. Solidify his legacy. They just wanted to do even more the triple half gainers twist and, make it, the level of difficulty so out of the world that it's impossible. He's going to do that. But sometimes you just want to make it easy. Give him a target he can throw to that makes his job easier, right? Travis Kelce's playing at a high level, okay? He's getting hit. He's getting up there in age. Make it easy for Kelce. Kelce, look, where he don't have to get double or triple team and hit all the time, get another guy here that's going to be able to, perform, right? And so, oh, man. Well, I mean, that's where he is. And that's his opinion. That's his opinion. Right? He's going to be on that train. That's fine. I'm on the train that D-Hop is another still stellar wide receiver. If I'm just lining them up, top 10 wide receivers that I'm taking, D-Hop is going to be in my top 10 every single pick. Every single pick. I'm just telling you. We know there's guys out there, right? I mean, there's some talented wide receivers, top 10, but ain't no way D-Hop's out of mine. Shoot. Ain't no way. So I get, make the argument all you want to. Juju is a fabulous wide receiver. Now, it's not no Juju hate. Juju is absolutely incredible. I think he fits here. We know that. Like I said, it makes sense for him wanting to be here. This is what makes sense for us wanting to have Juju here. But D-Hop is just, I think, it's
not close.
Juju and D-Hop, right? You know what I'm saying? He's at some point, like when I'm talking about consistency, D-Hop, come on, man. Stop playing.
And we're talking about if he says he'll play out the rest of his contract about $17 million a year. Juju wants estimate anywhere from about $14 to $15 million a year. So we're talking about a matter of $2 million for that level of talent. And Juju's good, but it's a big drop off. Like you said, it's a big drop from Hopkins to Juju.
Yeah, man.
I also want to throw some numbers at you, JD. So we talked about DeAndre Hopkins. Okay. Everyone talks about injury history. Yeah, last few years he's been dinged up. This year he only played 9 games, but he had a 6-game suspension because of PEDs.
Right.
So he played 9 games, right? So you think a guy in 9 games, he has 64 catches, 717 yards, 3 touchdowns. Now that would have been second on our team of receivers.
Hold on. I'm gonna write this down. You said 9 games.
9 games.
Okay.
64 catches.
64 catches.
717 yards.
717. 717 yards.
3 touchdowns.
3 tubs. Okay. I got you.
Now I'm gonna go to our receiving core here.
Okay.
I'll go with our high guys. So 16 games. Juju played 16 games last year, had 78 catches.
78 catches.
933 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Okay.
MVS.
That's 16 games. That's 16 games.
16 games, yeah. So 7 more games than D-Hop.
Okay.
MVS, 17 games.
17. Okay.
42 catches.
42 catches.
687 yards.
600 how much?
687.
87. Okay.
2 touchdowns.
2 tubs.
And I want to go to the other guys we had. They're significantly far away, but
So if my math's correct, okay, I'm looking at this. Okay, I'm looking at the math. All right, I'm looking at the math here. So 9 games, 64 catches, 717 yards, three touchdowns. Juju, 16 games, 78 catches, 933 yards, 3 touchdowns. MVS, 17 games, 42 catches, 687 yards, 2 tubs, right?
Yep.
I mean, if I'm just looking at this, I'm not even putting no name on it. Let's not even put a name. I'm just let's just look at the production. Okay. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't what's the name? D Hop didn't have.
He had Colt McCoy for like half those games.
Who?
Colt McCoy. Yeah.
Not PM15. Not Patrick Mahomes.
Not Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, shoot, man. Come on, man. Cut this out. We need to cut this out right here. Seriously. Let's have a serious conversation. Okay. D Hop would love to come here. We would love to have him. This 64 catches in 16 games.
In 9 games.
9 games. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Are we having a serious conversation? Look, you can hate on D Hop all you want to. I get it. I look. I'm one that I love core guys. I love consistency of guys being on teams. But we seen this past year, Patrick got 4 different new receivers. 4. MVS, Juju, Sky Moore,
Tony,
Kadarius Toney, Watson. I mean, that's 5.
Yeah.
He can play with anybody. You get a guy like that here, D Hop. Come on. Like we seriously, like if you don't like D Hop and you feel like he's washed, I get it. These numbers don't say that. That's not what the numbers say, Marcus. 9 games, 64 catches, 717 yards, 3 tubs. Does that look like wash to you? I'm just.
Yeah, and also the same radio clip that I saw, he also said that he thinks that D Hop would get about 800 yards, 800, 900 yards. He wouldn't get any more. He wouldn't get 1,000 yards essentially in Kansas City.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Look, Pat, having another security blanket because you have a legit number 1. You're giving Pat a legit number 1 guy, right? These other guys are. That's what everybody was talking about. Does he have a number 1 receiver? That's what they was asking all this past year. Does he have a number 1 receiver? He did a lot with little, if you will, right? I'm not discounting MBS and Juju and all those. I'm not discounting those guys. I'm just saying it would help him out significantly more having a D Hop here, a number 1 without legit wide receiver, one of the best wide receivers that we've seen in the last 6, 7, 8 years. Okay? Seriously. For 2 years? Just do it for 2. Get it for 2. If that's it, that's going to cost you 2 then. Let it be it.
Yeah.
But I think D-Hop has something still in the tank. This right here shows me he does. That's what the numbers say. It's not just me saying it. Proof is in the pudding.
And I believe his first game back was on that Thursday night game against the Saints. And I believe he had 14 catches and 120 yards in that game, that first game back.
I get we'll spread the ball around. This is what the offense does.
Mm-hmm.
Spread the ball around. Okay. His talent won't be wasted here. Legit number 1. Everybody else around him just opens up the offense even more significantly. How do you even start that? You know, you got Pacheco and Jet and those guys running the ball. Okay, now we're a much more capable running team. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more of that this year. And now you got a D-Hop on the outside too with MVS, right? With Kadarius Toney, with Kelce, with Sky Moore and those guys. I mean, hey man, that's where I'm at. So
I'm right there with you, JD. I don't understand the hate for a guy who's pretty much produced his entire career with having outside the Watson years and a little bit of the Murray years the year before, 2 years ago, where he played amazing with Murray. He had injury bug last year, and then this past year, the 6 games, the PEDs. But like the guy's pretty much been flawless throughout his entire career. It didn't matter what his quarterback was, and that usually shows you who a guy is. And he doesn't want to. He wants to make it easier for the other team. He's going to take he'll take his deal that he wants, that he has right now. He doesn't even want an extension. I don't get it.
A guy like this, at the end of his career, okay, we're saying this is on it, right? End of his career, okay? He would, without a doubt, want to win a Super Bowl. He will do everything possible to win a Super Bowl, okay? He's a guy that, without a doubt, in a game, you can go to. There's no question about it. You know who to throw the ball up to D-Hop. He's going to go get it. He's going to get it. He's going to make it a hard catch. He's going to catch everything that other people just not catching, right? A couple of guys throw the ball to you, kind of, ooh, like he caught that. Like, oh, my gosh, oh, great catch, right? D-Hop, you already know, man. Get your popcorn. Okay. What we're looking at now, right? So, I don't know.
And whenever I post about Hopkins on our Twitter account and our YouTube, people are always saying they come back to, we did it last year without a number one receiver. We don't need him. What is your rebuttal to people when you hear that?
I'd say yes, we did do it without a number one receiver. Absolutely did, right? But it was tough. It was tougher doing it that way. Okay, we want to make everybody's jobs easier. We want Patrick Mahomes to last. We've seen him scrambling around. We don't want him scrambling around that often if guys are not getting open. We don't want him doing that, okay? We want Travis to be here as long as he possibly can, okay? Take some of the hits off of him where he's running around here tired and stuff like that, man. He's been an absolute champ, a warrior in what he does, okay? The man's getting tired. He didn't pay his dues. He's putting all those things in. You can make his job easier, okay? That's what you do. Now you don't have to double Travis or triple and hit him all the time. You got a D-Hop out there. He will come and make sure that everybody in the secondary is playing honest and everybody's going to be put on notice. Every single snap. Every single snap. Yeah. He's going to have some DB shaking in their boots, put it that way. So,
yeah. It's going to be if it does happen, it's going to be box office. It's going to be amazing to watch.
Oh, man, come on.
I hope that comes to I hope talk about Nostradamus. I hope if that's one thing, I hope I hope you speak that into fruition.
Yeah, well, I hope so too. I'm looking at the numbers. Okay, I don't see washed.
Yeah,
I don't see it. So
that's anything but to get that to almost have 1,000 yards in like 9 games is wild to me.
Yeah.
And this is also, I see the appeal. I know Mahomes MVP season, Super Bowl, but like we didn't have a receiver. Mahomes was the first quarterback to throw for over 5,000 yards, second quarterback to throw for over 5,000 yards and not have a wide receiver go over 1,000 yards. And we're sitting here talking about we can do it again. It's like, that's not a sustainable thing. There's a reason why Mahomes is one of 2 guys to ever do that.
Yeah, man. Tough, man. It just tells you how great of a player Patrick Mahomes is. He's one of a lifetime talent. Okay, and like you said, one of the 2 players to ever do something like that. Like you said, it's not sustainable. You want to make it easy on it, not make it harder. Let's not make it harder on it. Look, we're looking for dynasty. We want the Chiefs to rule these next few years. Okay, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. We're talking about now. Okay, let's do it now. We got all the pieces that you need pretty much in order. Somewhat, right now we're still working through whatever, but the main piece, PM15, Travis Kelce, get some other guys around him to help. We got some guys. We got great, the great guys. We do, but shoot, bringing another guy in that is a number one. Come on, man. How you against something like that? You don't want to win now. Yeah. So I know that's not what it is.
I think it's more likely because I think some people have said, "Oh, don't draft or don't trade for D Hop, don't trade for a receiver, don't sign a receiver. We'll just go ahead and draft one."
Oh,
Kind of. I mean, let's
well,
say we don't sign Juju, and
yeah,
VS the oldest guy, a guy who had no catches in the Super Bowl. That's gonna be our veteran presence in that receiver room. That's gonna be our main guy, and everyone else like the younger, like the new faces, the Sky Moore, the KTs, and then we draft another receiver. Like I don't know. I really do hope we bring in some kind of receiver, whether it is D Hop, whether it is even a Robert Woods type. I do hope we bring in someone.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, man, and I don't necessarily look at touchdowns and those things as being as far as a leader or veteran presence.
Yeah.
You can have all those things about you, and you don't have to catch a whole lot of balls or a touchdown in the, what I
Right.
mean?
But a guy making 13 million and he's not doing that. That's like, obviously I'm never against players making their money, but like talk about production matching their value.
I
That's
get it. Yeah. Well, maybe if anything, it shows all the younger players like, man, I'm ready to get paid. He get 13 for that. Oh, true. Hey, when my time come up, boy, I'm gonna hit him over the head with mine.
it's true.
So, yeah. So yeah, man, go on get that 13. Go on get it, man, because I'm looking to get 15, 16 my time come up, 18, 20. So
Because you look at that and you're like, wait, so D Hop is going to play out of 17 mil a year, and then we have MVS is making 13, and then Juju wants 15. I mean, it's just like it's a no brainer. And I think anybody, if they do want a second, I know obviously it's tough to give up a second, but you're not getting D Hop in the second round, a guy who's ready to go win right now.
no, not at all. Not at all.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.